Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sunique, and back in the day there was a comedian called Max Bygraves, and he had a catchphrase. Got my coffee here. He had a catchphrase which was, "Let me tell you a story." I'll put a picture of him up above. Yeah, he always used to say, "Let me tell you a story," and then he'd go on to a comedy routine basically. So let me tell you a story of something that's just happened actually. So I'm looking at the decks that I've got that are sort of suitable for November and October, and I thought to myself, what about this Charles Harrington one, Tarot with the Vampires? So I thought to myself, what oracle deck will go along with this? And I looked across the room and I saw this Fallen Angel Oracle Cards deck. Now, I've not even done a walkthrough of this. I've not opened it or anything. So I asked the Tarot of Vampires, this Charles Harrington version. I've done a walkthrough of this actually, so I'll link that below. But I asked it what it thought about working with the Fallen Angel Oracle cards alongside. And I'll show you the card that came up, because I think this is hilarious. I got a book. It was this one. And I thought, well, that's a bit of a clear message, really, isn't it? You know, because the Fallen Angel Oracle cards is full of these sort of statues, graveyard statues. Now, I think I'm going to take this opportunity to do my first impressions and walkthrough of this Fallen Angel Oracle cards, because I'm going to use it alongside the Tarot of Vampires. We might even do a spread. Let's see how the time goes. Okay, so this is the Nigel Suckling deck, and it's been out quite some time. I've had it a while. I've never really used it. Well, I haven't used it at all, actually. I don't know, the imagery didn't really call to me, and so I left it alone. But so many of my tarot brothers and sisters on YouTube rave about this deck, so let's give it a go. We don't know till we try, do we? So Nigel Suckling is based in Kent, here in the UK, and the artist is Sarah Perkins. I don't know Sarah Perkins. It's a mass market deck, so it's easily available. And it says on the back, every legendary villain has a story ultimately more fascinating than their heroic counterpart. The fallen angels in this book are no exception. Zapar, the angel who makes women love men, reveals the complications of an affair. Gusian, who can see the past, present and future, calls upon you to let intuition rule, while Shax, who has the appearance of a stork, warns you to protect your wealth. Choose a card for daily insight or lay them out for a reading just like tarot, and you will find that your interpretations have depth and relevance. The accompanying book shows how to lay out the cards for a reading and reveals their meanings. Okay, so the box opens like this. There's a little one at the side. It's a bit stiff because, like I say, I've not used it. It's got some depictions here of graveyard angels, statues, and some of the deck images, I would imagine. Okay, how do we get it out? So the cards don't want to come out. Hold on. If I take the book out first, that might help. There we go. Okay, so it's this sort of contraption that holds the cards and the book in this box, like so. Okay, held together with a plastic band, which I don't want to damage the cards, so what I do is I take the cards out of the middle first, then I let it drop, then I take the cards from the top, and then from the bottom, and that way you're not pulling against the plastic and possibly damaging the cards. So I found that sort of works well for me. Okay, so yeah, all sort of graveyard, mausoleum, cemetery type images. And I walk through a cemetery every day. I like to stop sometimes and read some of the headstones. Okay, so we have the names of the fallen angels on the deck. Like it said, it is 72 cards. They're a bit stuck together at the minute. Oh, loosen them up a bit. I don't think it should work. Okay, so let's have a look at the guidebook. It says, gain a unique perspective on the darker side of angel cards. Beautiful illustrations evoke the dark charm of these mysterious creatures. Use these cards for daily insight. Some pictures here. Chico books, so if that's how it's pronounced, I'm not sure. So this edition is 2020, first published 2011. And we have in the contents an introduction, the origin of the cards, the gender of angels, the elements, the planets. Interesting. How to lay out the cards, a 3-card spread, a 5-card spread and a classic 10-card spread. Solomon's seal and a 7-card pyramid. And then we have the card meanings which start on page 28. So this is the background. Oranges of the card. It's stitched. Lovely. Like a stitched book. So what's this say? The source material. It talks about Johann Weyer, 1515 to 88, who was a student of Agrippa. Wow. Okay, and we've got Mathers and the Order of the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley. The gender. Okay, the elements. This is nice. Look at this. So we've got just a little section on each element. Air, fire, water, earth. Look at this as well. Opposed to earth, opposed to water. That's great. So air is opposed to earth. Water is opposed to fire. Brilliant. Then we have some on the planets, a little bit on each planet. My astrological planet is Jupiter, which is expansion, prosperity and wisdom. And then we have an example of one of the cards, which is card 58. The element of air, a champion of honesty in all dealings. Got a white horse, I think. How to lay them out, and then your spreads. This is Solomon's seal. And these are the elements. Okay. So we've got example interpretations, and then we're on to the cards themselves. So what do we get? Yes, we just get this little bit here. So it tells us the element and it tells us the planet. So for Baal, we've got fire and sun. So here we have the sun. So the previous page, we can see all around fire and all about it. So we start with Baal. Let's start with Baal. And it says, secrecy. Baal is the most powerful of all the fallen angels in this pack, and has a voice in dreams and visions that can be hoarse and commanding, but not unpleasant. Baal's totem animals are the toad and the cat. So we've got a toad here. I'm looking for a cat. I'm not seeing a cat at the moment. Oh, there it is. Ha! Just seen it. Okay. He is sometimes depicted with 3 heads, toad, cat and human. Okay. Those Baal favours are granted the power of invisibility, which enables them to orchestrate events around them without being noticed. Strength through stealth is the keynote. This is a time for acting discreetly and sacrificing recognition for long-term ambitions. And the card motto is secrecy. And the message is adopt a cloak of invisibility so you can further your plans discreetly. Oh, that's really interesting. So let's have a look at the rest of the deck. We'll have a look at the cards. Now we've looked at the book. And maybe I could do a little pull with the tarot vampires, and we can see how they go together. So I'm just going to play some music and look at each card in turn. Yeah, that's the picture of the front of the book there and of the front of the box. It's the one that was chosen. Greek mythology in there as well. So, what a deck. There's a lot of shape-shifting as well going on within these images, like this owl on the body of an angel, that sort of thing. We've got an angel on a camel there, which I think is quite strange. Let's give it a shuffle. I am so sorry about the glare. They're very, very glossy cards. So, this is the card that I pulled from the Tarot of the Vampires by Charles Harrington, and it shows a vampire sleeping peacefully, being watched over by these angels here. So what's the message that these angels want to give us regarding rest? That's what I'm going to ask right now. So why is it important to find rest and respite at this moment in time? And then we'll see what the guidebook has to say, but these are very, very slippery cards. And let's just concentrate here. Danger. Now, you wouldn't think these two would go together, would you? If you're going to rest, then there's a danger. But however, the danger, although it's there, isn't going to touch us because we are safe. We're being watched over. So when danger does appear, we can still rest. We don't need to panic. We don't need to have that fight or flight reaction. We can rest. We can breathe. Let's have a look what the guidebook says. So this is the element of air and the planet Mercury. So air is like the sword suit, which is strange, isn't it? Because the sword suit in the tarot is also air. So this is all about the intellect, and the keywords authority, judgment, courage, conflict, mental activity and communication. It stands for mental agility, intellectual reasoning, clarity and forcefulness. Okay, and we have Mercury. And Mercury is about communication, inventiveness and thinking. So the message, a great opportunity lies before you, but beware of rushing ahead carelessly. So yeah, take your time, think things through. You don't have to actually make a decision straight away based on fear. Osis' totem beast is a stealthy, graceful and deadly leopard. He is a dangerous spirit because on the one hand he bestows enormous intelligence and talent on those he favours, yet these gifts carry with them the peril of delusion for those not strong enough in character to handle them, leading to inflated, egotistical delusions of grandeur. Madmen believing themselves to be kings or popes or even Jesus are typical of those who have been overwhelmed by the bright flame of Osis' inspiration. So the card motto is danger. But what I'm seeing here is when we come against something that we feel is dangerous to our health, to our well-being, to our sense of self, if you like, we do have this tendency with the reptilian part of the brain to panic. And I think these two together are telling us that you're fine, it's absolutely fine, you're protected, you're watched over, be at peace. That's what I'm seeing from these two cards. So what a lovely reading. Should we do another one? Let's put those two to one side. I'm going to do another one. What do we have in the book? I don't want to do a massive spread, but there was one in here, The Heavens, Humanity and the Netherworld, which is a 3-card reading. The Heavens, this is a message from your higher self and represents steps that can be taken for personal growth. This may represent your loftiest ideals and guiding principles. There we go, strength. Card 2, Humanity. This represents your everyday thoughts and emotions and what your chief focus is in the real world. card 3, the netherworld. This represents the hidden world of the subconscious, as well as your more base and visceral desires. Your shadow self. And then we'll pull a card from the fallen angels for some advice based on this spread here. Leadership. Okay, so we start with our strength card, and this is an amazing image. So the message from your higher self and represents steps that can be taken for personal growth. Strength calls us to be gentle but firm with others in conflict. We teach others how to treat us, and when we don't take the bait or react with anger, we communicate that they should adjust their approach. Good advice. There's a lot more to it than that, obviously, but yeah, this is our inner strength, isn't it? What an amazing image. Well, so the King of Cups is representing our humanity, our everyday thoughts and emotions, and chief focus in the real world. And it's advising us not to become emotionally entangled in someone else's struggles. Put healthy boundaries in place to protect yourself and keep things in line. And then the 6 of Cups. So we have 2 Cups cards here, actually. 1 major and 2 emotional cups, 2 cups of water element. So the 6 of Cups is a nostalgia card. But it says we are also encouraged to bring joy to others. Tenderness and affection shared with an open heart will bring ease and comfort to the both of you. Is this in frame? There we go. That's better. So in the shadow aspect is our 6 of Cups in the deep subconscious. And it's warning us that nostalgia proves to be the naivety that blinds us to the real problems we must face. There are monsters in the world, and wishing it wasn't so doesn't make them go away. Oh, it's best to take a more sceptical view of the matter at hand. Oh, okay, so yeah, inner strength is needed to protect our inner child with compassion. Interesting. And then we have this leadership card, Morx. So what's this one about? It's another air element card, and it's ruled by Mars, and Mars is a very strong energy. It says take control of events and they will work to your advantage. So it does sort of echo this, doesn't it? Morx's symbol is the bull, which in Christian iconography usually indicates the Gospel author Luke. Did not know that. In astrology, Morx's sign is the mighty Taurus, and so it happens that Morx is a patron of astrology and all other forms of divination. This is a lucky card, and it tells you to take notice of the others that surround it, because they will show you what you must do. There is a pattern to life that is often only clear later. But if you can grasp your opportunity when it presents itself, you can steer events into the course of your choice. Okay? So that's the card pull. I think it's pretty clear, actually, in its meaning. So yeah, that's my little play with the Tarot of Vampires by Charles Harrington, and my first look at the Fallen Angel Oracle cards. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next time, bye friends.